Hello, my name is David, and this is my approach to the 9 square project. Um, this is my floor plan, and I also specified the programs that are present in each of the squares, or at least attempted to design that way. One of my beginning thoughts was to utilize a void as the central space and make it a water feature. And I built around that for the rest of my programs. For my north and east elevation, you can see at the top here I have this wood bridge, which I have a picture towards the end showing my inspiration for that, and some pink trees. I chose a lot of heavier materials, but especially in this corner to help. This corner program is isolation, and I believe heavier materials help build a feeling of isolation. And here, though, I have a lighter material due to a fabric being used and small perforations. And in the south, you can see a little bit of a glimpse into the monumentality space, but it's mostly an entry and a split off into two of the heavier spaces along the east and west of the project. And you can see in the west how there is this heaviness. It's a lot more solid, and then in here you can see the void from the south. Well, for the cross section, I chose to go through this heavier side, the west side, and you can see my central space, which is it's monumentality, which is a harder program to mimic in a smaller space, I found out, but I did my best through some inspiration as well. This is a courtyard space, and I liked how the tree overlapping helps show how it opens up like a courtyard does, and this is an olfactory space, so it's for the sense of smell, and there's a pegboard in the back to help promote the growth of vines, and included a key plan to show you that it is along the west side. For my detail sections, I went through the light space that's supposed to promote softness as the program, with the cloth and the perforations, and the olfactory space again to show the pegboard and vines, and it's open to above. And then this is that monumentality space again, and I actually have here a water duct that's going beneath, and water is allowed to pool at the base of this column. It's not structural, so it's okay. And here I have some like a gold quartz granite rose, and just trying to use materials in such a way that it feels like a monument. For the detail perspectives, you can see the courtyard, the entry, and the isolation programs. And I actually designed these balusters for the railing. Is something trying to break away from. Well, you'll see in my inspiration photos trying to almost use a Art Nouveau style in organic instead of all these cut forms, because I did try to have some blending with nature and having water. I don't want it to all just be like a Taro Ando concrete structure. Um, so for my isometrics, you can see the two spaces, heavier masses. And from the other direction, and for my inspiration, trying to have a central water feature. That was my beginning goal, and kind of reminded me of this cistern. Over here is also what I was trying to do in the monumentality. This whole trying to build a feeling of monumentality by this was the best picture I could find to create a feeling of monumentality in a smaller space. So this is what I tried to mimic. I was partially successful, hopefully, in doing so, but was trying to combine stone and heavier materials and water, and also with the bridge. This was the image that came to mind when it's a special kind of bridge that's supposed to promote feng shui. All those things were incorporated, and this is my recipe. I like tortas, so and this was my first thought, trying to think about my spaces in a positive and negative, a void and solid sense. And yeah, that was my thought process through the project. Oh, and the background I decided to go with because of the bridge and the water features of centralization. It just and the monumentality kind of having more historic and older look to it. I like the trying to mimic an older style of paper. And yeah.